Hi to all my tens and tens of viewers. Today I am going to talk to you about terrible twos and, well, 20-month plus year olds and what to do. So let's start with the term terrible two. Terrible means extremely, distressingly bad or serious. Distressingly. Distressingly is in a way that causes worry, sadness, or pain or worry, especially because someone is suffering. So, a terrible two is at 2 years of age, a child who is so bad that they'll cause worry, sadness, or suffering. Not me, girl. From my personal experience, my own children were not terrible 2 year olds. They were raised to communicate and they were very effective at it. So, my 2 year old, of course, y'all know the brain about it, but so from my experience, it really depends on the way that your child is raised. So a 2 year old, my 2 year old for me was they had their moments, but overall they were really good, mannerable, sweet kids. So I didn't encourage or think it was cute for my child to hit me. I never played the hitting game, um, or to talk to me reckless, and I did the same for them. I didn't talk to them reckless. So they weren't really terrible. I think at the age of two, children are developing, okay? You have your baby, the infants, but then you have your 2 year old who has learned how to talk, walk, play, and I know they all develop differently. But for me, my 2 year old was just the cutest little kid on earth, of course, right? Because they have personality, they're honest, okay? They really don't get that maybe they shouldn't say that. Um, and for me, a terrible two, I did not witness that, but a cute two, indeed. So for the term two, terrible two, I just say we just throw the whole term away because terrible two, not me, girl. I ain't had one of those. Now, have I met a talented 2 year old? Of course. So I call them talented. We'll call them talented. They've had 2 years to develop through watching their parents and using those skills at first without talking or words, without words, they have to try to get their needs met. So I'll call them talented 2 year olds. According to sources, terrible twos is around the age where they begin to test the boundaries. They throw tantrums. My response to a tantrum, and this is probably why I did not have a terrible 2 year old, and I've done it 3 times, proud mother raising non terrible twos, is because my response to a tantrum would be, girl, what are you doing? Are you for real right now? Are you okay? I'm really not going to have a tantrum with them. You can't scream, high, holler, and kick. And the craziest thing is to yell at a kid that's yelling. So we're having a shouting match. Okay, we look crazy. No, thank you. Um, I would probably just walk away. Yeah, I'll be over here if you need me because I want no parts of that. That looks exhausting. I'm not going to go for the whole tantrum situation. Around the age of two, they also begin to be stubborn and will tell you no. If you're saying no, it's like, okay, I'm saying eat your vegetables and you're saying no. Okay. Um, and really, in all actuality, with a stubborn kid, you really just have to make it make sense. If they're saying no to eating their vegetables, it's kind of as simple as I'm gonna let y'all in on a little secret. They really believe everything we tell them at two. So, terrible 2 year old, you're being stubborn. I can tell you anything. Eat your vegetables. They'll give you muscles. You've seen Popeye, right? But as far as having a stubborn child, really, all you have to do is to make it make sense. Uh, don't run away from me when we're walking outside. But why? No, I want to. Okay, well, if you run away from me and you get hit by a truck, it's kind of your fault, right? 2 year old. Um, at 2 years of age, that's the age where they begin to have mood swings. I'm moody, you're moody, whatever. I'll give you your moment. Sometimes you need to give kids their moment to be themselves. You want to be moody, I'll be over here when you need me. You can easily find out why they're moody. Are they hungry? Are they sleepy? Is it that they want your attention? I learned with 2 year olds that as long as some things they might not want to do is leave an area, so transitions in class could be hard. But if I um, walk them through time, okay, in 2 minutes we're going to put our things away because we're going to outside. Well, they may want to continue to work on what they're working on, but if I say, okay, you guys have 1 minute left and then we're going outside, expectations are important. They know what if they know what to expect next, it's easy to negotiate or compromise. But and getting a child when a child says no, there's give them options. Explain why no is not an option, why they can't say no. You can't say no that I'm not going to hold your hand while crossing the street. Yes, you are, because if you don't, you could get hit by a car. Or, like I said, sometimes parents make things up. If I'm not holding your hand and the police sees me, I could go to jail, you know. And what kid won't? What kid? Okay, probably don't tell your kids that. But I'm just saying, sometimes we tell our kids anything because at the age of 2, just remember, they believe everything you say. I had my kid walk up to me the other day and say, "Mom, you know, I really thought Big Sean was our uncle." And I was like, "Yeah, that is my brother." But yeah, what to do at the age of 2? Some things that you can do. Again, it's all about you. So the tone that you set, the examples that you make, your child follows that. So to say that a child is terrible or terrible at 2 is insane. They're you. They've watched you for 2 years plus. I say plus because they're listening in the belly too. So they're learning how to act by watching you. So you have a terrible 2, you might want to change a few things. I don't know. I'm just saying. You may need to learn to meditate. What are you doing spiritually? How are you keeping your how are you staying calm? How are you realizing that, hey, this is a 2 year old? What things are you doing to, because I do understand being with a 2 year old all day, every day can be trying. But just remember, you made that 2 year old, and be realistic. This is a 2 year old. It's a child. It's been on this earth for 2 years. 2 years is not a long time. COVID was over 2 years ago. So just imagine, you know. But overall, remember that your 2 year old has to be a productive part of society. So if you have a 2 year old that's rude or mean or tantruming out, having a tantrum, just think that no one thinks that your child is cute because they lack morals and manners or emotional control, even though they're 2. So while 2 is really young, 2 is still old enough to know how to behave. You can really have expectations, high expectations for your 2 year old. I did, and I had some really good 2 year olds. All of my, if you had my child as a 2 year old, you know what I mean. I have good kids. Most of all, set good examples, love your baby down, and stick to consequences. Mean what you say and say what you mean. No, you cannot have a cookie instead of dinner. That's not what's going to happen, and don't give it to them. Most they're going to do cry, and again, they want to throw a tantrum and scream. Don't feed into it. Relax. The good teacher that I meditate to says, you know, observe the matter, look at them, see what they're doing, and know that you did not cause that, and deal with it. It's really not that deep. You just really can't take it that serious, I think. I hope these tips worked on what to do with your terrible 2 year old. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and sharing is caring, right? So share.